Hi guys, welcome back to the garage. Today, hold on a second, I'm fixing my volume button here. Do do do. Okay, so today I am going to jump on the Oracle name tag bandwagon. This I thought this would be a fun exercise, and it certainly has been. Do you know how many Oracle decks do not have the letter J in them? Yeah, I went through quite a few of my Oracle decks, and I actually am going to end up using one that I haven't even used, hasn't been out of the box. I unboxed it, but I haven't used it. So anyway, so the Oracle decks I'm going to use today for the Oracle name tag is going to be, of course, my Kuan Yin, and of course my Sacred Rebels, because I've been on a Alana Fairchild thing. I don't know, something about her has just been drawing me in, probably the last 3 or 4 months. And then this one, the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards, which is where I found the J. So we're going to start with that one. I am going to read from the books because there's so much that it's just going to be easier for me. So in some regards, but anyway, so my first card is J, which of course is joy, because I am joyful. You guys know I'm joyful. At least I hope you know I'm joyful. Anyway, I'm going to find it here in the book. So it says, this marks a time for celebration, for this portends the joyous completion of a project, the attainment of a goal, or the end of a long and arduous journey. When you're thirsty, this marker promises that you'll find a well. When you're cold, a blanket. When you're hungry, nourishment. So you know what? This does signify joy to me because I am going into a new phase of life, which is thinking about retirement. And, ooh, it's a little warm here. Thinking about retirement because I think I have done as much of my career as I want to. And so now I'm looking ahead to retirement, which I intend to enjoy when I get there, let me tell you. So that's J. Then E is from my Kuan Yin deck, which is the Eight Immortals. Now, when I was going through dealing with the loss of my mom, this card kept coming up repeatedly for me. Let me see if I can find it in the book. And yeah, so this is, it says, the message you have been receiving that are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self are from your higher guidance. The Eight Immortals and other beings of divine light and divine love are guiding you. It is safe to follow these messages now. Doing so will bring you greater joy. And it has. This card has let me always know that I have been lovingly supported through my grief and through my sorrow. And I always felt very loved and very protective journeying with Kuan Yin, and this card was a huge deal to me during that time period. So the Eight Immortals is E. Then we have N, which is Nectar of the Lotus, and this is also from the Kuan Yin Oracle. The Divine Mother wishes that those who are meant to feed others be well fed too. Your devotion to helping others has the effect of squeezing the cosmic heart chakra of the Divine Mother. From her heart drips nectar, sweet, sustaining, life-affirming energy that feeds you and allows you to nourish many souls. Like a sacred chalice that overflows when you are full, well, and vital, the feeding of others happens effortlessly. You are guided to be fed now, fed with divine nectar from the heart of the mother. This was another card that was extremely important to me in my journey through grief because I have a lot of other people who depend on me for my job, my stepdad, my boyfriend, friends. I have to be there for them. And I don't mind that. I love that. I love being a nurturing soul. I love being there for people. But when I needed love, Kuan Yin was the one who gave that to me, to fill me, to see that I could continue to do the things that I was doing, even though I was journeying through grief. So this is another good card. The next card is from the Sacred Rebels deck. So we got Jen. I have two N's in my name. So it's New Birth, Guarded Vigilantly. So 24. Oops, went too far. You know, I would paraphrase this, but I really thought that the books did such a wonderful job of really stating it that I really thought it apropos to read from the book. So, new birth, guarded vigilantly. In every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the foal learning to become steady on legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. And this is how I feel with my journey with tarot. I'm taking those steps forward. I'm being vulnerable because I'm videotaping all of this stuff. I have decided to read on camera. Just from my intuition as I study and learn the cards, although not today, but still, I'm showing you that even though I am an old witch, that I've been doing this for over 40 years practicing, that, you know, there's still lots of stuff I don't know, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to put myself out there to show that I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to be vulnerable, and, you know, if people want to sling arrows at me, that's fine. You know, it's part of the process. So, there's that. Then Ivory Swan Goddess. And this is from the Kuan Yin. I love my Kuan Yin deck. It is, I'm almost beginning to think that it's my soul deck. So, oops, what, oh, it's 15. I thought it said 12. Ha! Oops, just had it and I lost it. Hold on a second here. Pages are stuck together. Okay, so, the Ivory Swan Goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades, beloved. Release guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty, be more of yourself, and shine your divine essence into the world. That is so hard. Guilt, shame, judgment, those are all things that are extremely difficult to release, especially when you are talking about yourself. Years of self-judgment and shame, especially not the only thing that I have had serious self-judgment and shame about and guilt about is my weight. My entire life, I have been overweight. It didn't start out that way, but it has ended up that way. And this is what my life has been, a constant struggle of shaming myself and guilting myself and judging myself for not being a size 2. Even just a few months ago, I finally gave up another diet and exercise because my lifestyle these days, taking care of my dad, my boyfriend, and working and being witchy, just I do not have the time for exercise. And I am 53 and I'm seriously thinking about, you know, maybe this just isn't going to happen for me in my lifetime. Now, I'm not 600 pounds. You know, I'm grateful for that. But I am in the high 200s. And I have lost 40 pounds and I have managed to keep that off because very near the 300-pound mark. So I have decided that I am going to do the absolute best I can do to take care of this. But I have got to stop beating myself up about it, because every time I eat, I'm not happy because I'm judging, shaming, guilting, all of those things. And I have to let that go. It's been, 40 years of just too much, too much. So that's my ivory swan goddess. F, faith in the process. And this is from the Sacred Rebels. Please excuse my sniffing. I think my allergies are still acting up here. No matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. At such times, we need some divine intervention, a little help in pulling our trolley along, so to speak. When we are at the edge of our own limits and have no more personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. And that is the absolute truth. The one thing in my life that I am extremely strong on is my faith. I believe in it wholeheartedly. I walk the walk, I talk the talk. And I wouldn't have my life any other way. It's been so enriched to walk the path of a witch, whether you call it Wicca, pagan, whatever. My standpoint is I am a witch, and I practice as such. And it has brought me so much joy and so much love and so much light and so much strength. And seriously, there have been times where it's by faith alone I have got through situations. So, faith in the process, always. E, the Earth Fairy. And this is from the Wisdom of Avalon. And this is card 27. The Earth Fairy. Physical health, grounding, foundation. The Earth Fairy says to pay attention to your health and all things pertaining to your physical body. Perhaps you need to exercise or to pay special attention to your diet. Are you getting enough sleep? The Earth Fairy reminds you to indulge your senses. It's good to revel in the sensations of your body. The sensual world is an important part of the path to Avalon and must be honored. So, again, the diet, my physical health, and I do have some minor health issues. Like I said, I am going to do the best I can. I am so fortunate that I live in California, and access to fresh fruits and vegetables is almost endless. And so that's what I am trying to focus on. My problem that I'm going to come clean about is that I'm a binge eater on occasion. And if I get off on a binge, it's days or weeks before I can get back on track. And so I struggle with this on a daily basis. And that's, I think, in part from all the years of dieting. So I'm just trying to do the best I can because I'm tired of binging. I'm tired of eating until I make myself sick. It's no fun. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not, it gets you nowhere. So, yeah, just try to be better. And then my last card is, again, from the Kuan Yin Oracle. And it is the Radiant Moon of Compassion. And I'm looking to find it in the book. Here we go. Radiant Moon of Compassion. Kuan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion, pouring forth the spiritual strength needed for you to liberate yourself from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment into the vibration of freedom, love, and peace, where you naturally belong. You are being urged to use this power now to grow spiritually and free yourself from a situation that could draw you down. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm trying to get out of the lower vibrational energies and back up into the higher vibrational energies where I really need to be. After this length of time, it's enough, and it's time to go upwards and forwards with that. So, yeah, yeah. I had not expected, I picked out the cards, but I really didn't know what I was going to say, and I hadn't really strung them all together like I just did here. And I'll be honest, I didn't realize really what kind of a trip I was going to take, and some of the topics I talked about, I didn't expect to talk about actually, and that was a big vulnerable moment for me because a lot of people don't know the struggle with my weight and just how deep that goes. But you guys know now. So, one more time, just to go over. Jennifer is a real long name, isn't it? So we got Joy from the Wisdom of Avalon. My 8 Immortals from Kuan Yin. The Nectar of the Lotus, Kuan Yin. New Birth Guarded Vigilantly from Sacred Rebels. Ivory Swan Goddess from Sacred Rebels, or from Kuan Yin. Sorry, Kuan Yin. Faith in the Process, Sacred Rebels. The Earth Fairy, Wisdom of Avalon, and then lastly, the Radiant Moon of Compassion from Kuan Yin, which is to have more compassion for myself and for those around me. So, I send you guys much love. Thank you so much for always watching, and we'll see you next time.